Beloved starseed of Gaia, I am Ayla, emissary of the Arcturian Healing Council, and I bring today an urgent transmission directly from the Akashic records about something that has weighed heavily on your heart for a very, very long time. I know you have been crying quietly. I know you have questioned your worth. I know that in the silence of your room, you have already looked up at the sky and asked your guides, why did this have to happen to me? Why did I give my purest love, my most crystalline light, and in return receive betrayal, abandonment, and pain? You did not find this message by an error of Earth's algorithm. The high beings of light guided your intuition here because your soul is exhausted from carrying a guilt that never belonged to you. Today, cosmic truth will be revealed, and the balance of divine justice will be equilibrated before your eyes. There is someone from your past, someone who crossed your timeline, took your heart in their hands, and treated it with a negligence that only souls of low frequency are capable of. This person hurt you in a way that altered your breathing, that made you doubt your own intuition, and that nearly extinguished the divine spark you carry from the stars. You thought they came away unscathed. You looked at their life, perhaps through the illusions of social media, and thought they were happy, that they had moved on as if you meant nothing, as if the pain they caused was merely a forgotten detail in their journey. But listen carefully to the words of this emissary, my dear one. The laws of this universe are exact. The sacred geometry of karma does not make mistakes, and divine justice does not sleep. The one who hurt you did not come away unscathed. In fact, at the exact moment they chose to act with falseness, when they chose manipulation instead of truth, when they turned their back on the pure love you were offering, a deep, invisible energy transfer occurred. You are a starseed. Your aura is composed of light codes from higher dimensions. When you love, you do not love merely with the physical body or human mind. You emanate a healing frequency that elevates those around you. You tried to heal this person. You saw the potential of their soul. You handed them the key to your inner sanctuary, thinking they would have the wisdom to honor this gift. But souls still trapped in the density of the 3D matrix cannot bear so much light. The brightness of your truth exposed their shadows, and instead of evolving with you, they chose to hurt you to try to diminish your light and feel superior. What they did not know, and what they are discovering now in the most difficult way, is that light cannot be destroyed. It merely reflects back with full force. When they deliberately hurt you, they created a tear in their own energetic fabric. They contracted a cosmic debt, and I am here to tell you that the burden you felt in your chest shortly after the separation, that crushing pain, that mental confusion, that sense of loss, no longer belongs to you. The cosmic dust is settling, and the pain has changed sides. They now carry an invisible burden they cannot relieve. It is a weight at the soul level. They may try to mask this with new companions, with earthly distractions, with material excesses, or with rehearsed smiles. But in the silence of the night, when the distractions of earth grow quiet, their spirit collapses. They feel a void that nothing can fill, a constant echo of something precious they threw away, and that they know, in the depths of their unconscious being, they will never find again. Like this transmission right now to affirm to the universe that you are ready to release the weight of the past. Leave your like as an energetic seal that you accept divine justice in your life. Comment 777 below if you can feel in your body that the balance of karma has finally turned in your favor. This is not merely an interaction on the internet, it is a ritual of liberation. Each time you interact, you strengthen our light egregore. The Arcturian Council observes how you have tried to forgive. You tried to send unconditional love, because that is your nature. But understand, forgiveness does not mean they escape the spiritual consequences of their actions. Forgiveness liberates you, but the law of cause and effect must still complete its cycle for their soul. The pain they caused you formed a dark density around their heart chakra. They cannot breathe deeply. They feel an inexplicable anxiety, a sensation that something very bad is about to happen, or that they are being constantly judged by invisible forces. And they are. Their own higher self is forcing them to face the wound they caused in an awakened woman, a daughter of the stars. Hurting a conscious woman, a daughter of the stars who incarnated on Earth with the purpose of elevating the planet's vibration, is not a light offense in the universal records. Your light is protected by legions of guides. When someone tries to extinguish that light through lies, betrayals, or emotional manipulation, that person attracts an immediate return echo. Everything that has gone wrong in their life since they hurt you, every closed door, every superficial relationship that does not flourish, every sleepless night, is the weight of the cosmic burden. They are tasting their own poison, not because the universe is vengeful, but because this is the only way souls so dense learn the true value of what they destroyed. While you spent dark nights of the soul healing yourself, rebuilding your pieces with celestial gold, elevating your frequency, and remembering who you truly are, their clock stopped. They are stagnant. The burden they carry prevents them from evolving. They seek peace in other people, but no one has your energetic signature. No one has that gaze that saw beyond their masks. They search for you in strange faces, but find only the echo of their own void. And the most terrible thing for them is that pride keeps them imprisoned in a cage built by their own lies. Starseed, breathe deeply now. Pull the air in and feel how your lungs are lighter. Feel how the energetic cord that bound you to the pain of this person is dissolving. You have already paid your part of this soul contract. You learned not to cast your pearls before those who do not know your worth. The lesson was hard. It hurt your flesh and your spirit, but it forged in you an indestructible warrior of light. Now the stage belongs to them and to the karma they themselves created. Subscribe to this channel if your soul vibrates with the truth of these words. Click the like button to show your guides that you understand the lesson and are ready to leave this person in the past, dealing with their own karma. Comment, "My heart is activated to seal this protection in your field right now." The balance of divine justice is equilibrated. You were the teacher sent to teach them about love, and when they rejected the teacher, the universe sent them karma as their master. And believe me, karma does not have the same patience and sweetness that you had. Karma will make them face every lie told, every tear you shed, every sleepless night you spent doubting your worth. They will feel each drop of this condensed pain on their own skin. Meanwhile, you are being prepared for your true purpose. The space this person occupied needed to be emptied. You needed to learn to create boundaries, to not cast your sacred before swine, so that now, finally, divine orchestration can bring true soulmates, your star family, and relationships that honor your divinity. Starseed, breathe with me once more. Close your eyes briefly and feel the frequency of this transmission, adjusting the cells of your physical body. We have already spoken about the heavy burden that now crushes the shoulders of the one who hurt you. We have already revealed the silent desperation and sleepless nights they are facing, while the law of karma demands payment for every tear you shed. But now the Arcturian Council asks me to turn the mirror. It is time to take your eyes off their ruin and look at your own ascension. It is time to understand the hidden mystery behind this pain, the secret that Earth's matrix tries to hide from awakened women. You were not a victim of cruel chance. I know the human mind, programmed by the density of the third dimension, tries to convince you that you were weak, that you were naive, that you chose poorly. Cancel those voices now. They are limitation implants placed in your field to keep you small. The cosmic truth, recorded in the Akashic Library before you even incarnated on this planet, is much deeper and more grandiose. The one who hurt you, with all their falseness, with all their manipulation and coldness, was actually an unconscious agent of your own awakening. Yes, Hear this with an open heart, no matter how much it hurts. They were the hammer the universe used to break the hardened shell that surrounded your starseed. When you descended from the higher dimensions to Earth, you knew that the density here would make you forget who you were. You knew you risked sleeping deeply, of being content with a mediocre life, with shallow love, with crumbs of affection, just to avoid feeling alone on this strange planet. And you were doing exactly that. Before this person broke you, you were trying to fit into a box infinitely smaller than your soul. You were diminishing your light, so as not to offend others. You were accepting the unacceptable. If this person had been just a little better, just a little kinder, you would have stayed. You would have spent the rest of this incarnation living a tolerable lie, nourishing an energy vampire with your vital force, and you would never, ever have awakened to your true power. Your higher self, in its infinite wisdom, saw the danger you were in. Your higher self perceived that you were losing yourself in the Matrix's illusion, and then the soul contract was activated. This person fulfilled the dark role of pushing you into the abyss, of pulling the ground from under your feet, so that you had no choice but to remember that you have wings. Their betrayal was the electrical shock necessary to restart your spiritual heart. They thought they were destroying you. But in truth, they were only destroying the prison of illusions where you were locked. Leave your like on this video right now to affirm to the cosmos that you understood the lesson. Your like is a command for liberation. When you click that button, you tell the universe, I am no longer a victim. I am a conscious creator of my reality. And if you are feeling this turning of the key in your interior, if your chest is tingling with the recognition of this truth, comment 5555 below. The code 5555 is the Arcturian code for deep changes, radical transformations, and the definitive closure of old cycles. Comment 555 and seal your liberation. While they sink into the karma of their own actions, you are being pushed upward. Observe the alchemy that occurred in your being from the moment you separated. In the first months, you bled energy. You cried until you had no more tears. But then, silently, in the middle of the dark night of the soul, your biology began to change. Your stellar DNA was activated by pain. You began to see through the masks of people around you. Your intuition, which once whispered, now screams. You became selective. You can no longer tolerate empty conversations, dense environments, or people who do not vibrate at the frequency of truth. This is what happens when a starseed reclaims its power. All that love, all that unconditional devotion, all that healing energy you were pouring into the black hole that was this person, is now being redirected to the only source that matters, yourself. You began to collect your energetic pieces that were scattered across their timeline. And in doing so, your aura expanded in a way that terrifies low-vibration entities. They perceive this. Even at a distance, even without any physical contact, their soul feels your elevation. Remember how they tried to make you feel small, how they projected their own insecurities onto you to feel superior. Now the dynamic has completely reversed. Each time you prioritize yourself, each time you care for your energy, each time you smile a genuine smile that comes from the soul and not from the ego, a beam of light strikes their darkened field, reminding them of what they lost. Your current brilliance, your evolution, is the greatest cosmic revenge that exists, because it is not based on hatred, it is based on pure frequency elevation. They are watching from afar, feeling the weight of the burden, perceiving that the woman they tried to break not only survived, but was reborn as a cosmic empress. Your light, which they once tried to suck, now blinds and intimidates them. They would not have the courage to approach you now, because your new frequency would burn them. You elevated your standards to a point where old versions of love can no longer reach you. But pay attention, my daughter of the stars. For this ascension to be complete and irreversible, so that you are never again dragged into the webs of manipulation by shallow souls. Your heart chakra cannot merely heal. It must shield itself. It must vibrate at an octave higher, where karmic suffering cannot enter. Subscribe to this channel now, if you have not already. Being part of this egregore is vital for your daily protection. Here we weave a network of light that sustains starseeds throughout the world. Your subscription is your passport to remaining tuned to urgent messages from the Galactic Federation. Do not walk alone through the density of this planet. We are here with you. You are the trophy they did not know how to lift. You are the miracle they tried to turn into routine. And now, freed from these heavy chains, the universe has prepared the ground for your true destiny. The cleansing was drastic because the blessing that is coming is monumental. The empty space they left is not a hole to be filled with sadness. It is a clean altar where true divine love, the love of New Earth, will manifest. You are finally ready for what the stellar healers have reserved for you since the beginning of time. Starseed, we have reached the final anchoring point of this transmission. Feel the density of the past melting beneath your feet. Feel how the air around you is cleaner, lighter, charged with particles of golden light. We walked together through the valley of your pain. Witness the cosmic balance delivering the karmic burden into the hands of the one who forged it, and celebrated your rebirth from the ashes of disillusionment. Now the Arcturian Council asks you to look only forward. The horizon unfolding before you is no longer the same. The third dimension matrix has lost dominion over your heart chakra. The space that person left, that void that in the first month seemed a dark and unbearable abyss, was actually a divine rescue surgery. The universe needed to empty your spiritual house. Imagine your heart as an ancestral crystal temple. That person, with their dense vibrations and shallow intentions, was soiling the walls of this temple with karmic dust. The universe, in its relentless love for you, sent the storm to sweep it all away. The abyss you felt was merely the echo of space being cleaned. Today that abyss no longer exists. In its place is a sacred altar, polished, untouched, awaiting the true offering. Divine justice, my beloved daughter of the stars, is not limited merely to making the offender carry their own burden. Divine justice completes its cycle when you are crowned with the reward that your loyalty to light always deserved. Suffering was the rite of passage. Now the gates of a new emotional reality are open to you. What is approaching your timeline now is something your human mind, wounded by earthly references, can barely conceive. It is what we, in the higher realms, call New Earth love. Different from the karmic connections you have experienced until today, which were based on pain, the abandonment trigger, anxiety, that coldness in your stomach that you confused with passion, but was actually your nervous system alerting to danger. New Earth love arrives as absolute peace. It is a frequency so pure and stabilizing that at first you may even find the silence strange. There will be no mind games. There will be no sleepless nights asking yourself if you are enough. There will be no need to prove your worth, to diminish your intelligence, or to hide your spirituality. The soul destined to cross your path in this new phase will not come to steal your light. It will come with its own light to add to yours. They will see your scars not as weaknesses, but as medals of honor of a stellar warrior who survived Earth's density. This new connection will not require extreme effort to flow. It will be like the meeting of two ancient rivers that always knew they would empty into the same ocean. They will recognize your galactic essence at first glance. They will venerate the divinity that inhabits you because they too are awakened. But for this manifestation to crystallize in the physical plane, you must seal the back door. You cannot look over your shoulder anymore to see if the one who hurt you is suffering enough. Watching their fall, even mentally or energetically, is still a form of connection. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the lords of karma care for their destiny. They are no longer part of your script. Their role in the play of your life is over. The curtains have closed for them. From this second on, you completely withdraw your attention from them. Where you place your attention, your energy flows. And your energy now is too precious. A cosmic nectar that must be used solely for building your new spiritual and emotional empire. If you feel there is still some remnant of sadness, some invisible cord pulling you back toward the what-ifs, do not feel guilty. The human body holds memories. But remember the divine tool I mentioned earlier. The heart activation was not brought to you by chance. It is the cancellation command for these last karmic threads. It is the treasure of stellar wisdom capable of transforming your journey, activating the exact frequency to magnetize this new earth love. Do not procrastinate your healing. The addition is time-limited because the energetic portal of this transmission is as well. The link is in the first comment. Make the decision that your future self, already happy and loved, is begging you to make today. Starseed, feel my embrace through these words. The universe has immeasurable pride in the woman you have become. You did not let their darkness extinguish your kindness. You did not become bitter. You cried. You bled. But you chose love again. First, love for yourself. This is the greatest triumph an incarnated soul on earth can achieve. From today on, you do not walk as someone who was left behind. You walk as one who escaped a trap and now flies free. Walk with your head held high. When you walk through the streets, emanate your golden light. Let the world feel the presence of an emissary of unconditional love. The pain has changed sides, the balance has equilibrated, and your new life begins. Now, I am Ayla, and this was a transmission from the Arcturian Healing Council. We are never far away. Look at the stars tonight. We will be blinking back to you, celebrating your victory. Remain in the light. Remain in your power. Until our next connection.